Good morning, Pre-K. Today is Monday and it's time to get back to work. So I brought our class caterpillars, and as you can see, they're definitely getting bigger. All right, we still have 5 and they've been eating and they've been moving around, and they're definitely getting bigger and fatter. All right, so I asked y'all to send me some names. Okay, so these are the names I got. I got names from Charlie, Adam, Lucy, and Savannah. And their choices were Jesus, Charlie, BB, Lovey, Dovey, Ovey, Zoom Girl, Sunny, Bitsy, Starblast, Starfire, Jubilee, Cinderella, Johnny, and Buddy. So what Miss Kreiner did is I took all those names and I put them in a jar, and Ava is going to come and pick 5 names out since we have 5 caterpillars, and those are going to be our names for our caterpillars. Okay, so let's get started.
Okay, so I'm going to pick out 5 names to figure out what the names for the caterpillars would be. So we're going to shake it. I'm not looking. I'm going to pick one out, and we got Bitsy. So that's the first one, is Bitsy. Then shake it again, not looking, promise. And then what we're going to do, Lovey. It's the second one. Shake it. Then we have Sunny as our third one. I'm going to do this one. Buddy is our fourth one. And then for our last one, who's it going to be? We have Johnny. So those are our 5 caterpillars' names.
All right, read them to us one more time.
Okay, so we have Johnny, Bitsy, Buddy, Sunny, and Lovey.
All right, great names. All right, Pre-K, so since it's Monday, we have a new letter, all right? Now, we do not have that many letters left, all right? And the last letter that we had was V. So today, we are going to do W. So let's look at W. All right, today I have Willie Worm. And this is the letter W. W is a consonant. It says W, like worm and Willie. So let me read the poem to you. Willie Worm's wagon's wheels have a W. Willie wants the weather to be very warm for you. Willie Worm's wagon's wheels have a W. Willie brings cool watermelon snacks for all of you. So there was a bunch of W words in that poem. Willie, worm, wagon, wheels, weather, and watermelon. All right, so that is going to be our letter this week. Now, I have some pictures for you that start with the letter W, so let's look at them. The first is something Miss Kreiner wears all the time. What is that? A watch. Watch. And then I have something that you love to eat. Waffle. Waffle. Now, what is this little girl looking out? She's looking out a window. What window? Miss Kreiner's got 2 windows on both sides of her. This is something we've talked about. Worm. Worm. And this thing has wheels on it. It's called a wagon. So wagon and wheels start with W. And this is a type of insect. It's a stinging kind. I bet when you first see it, you might think of bee, but that doesn't start with a W. This is a wasp. So this is a wasp nest. This is where they live inside of. And if you ever see that, you don't ever touch it. And last, I have a big animal that lives in the ocean. It is a whale. Whale starts with a W. All right, so that is our letter this week. Tomorrow we will read our W book, okay? Pre-K, so we're gonna do a little review today with some of our coins, okay? So we talked about this, especially when we talked about presidents back in February, but I wanted to go back over it so we don't forget. All right, the first coin I have is this one. It has Abraham Lincoln on it. Do you remember what that is? That is a penny, and a penny is worth 1 cent, and it's the only coin that's this brownish color, okay? It's copper. All right, next we have this one. All right. This is a nickel. A nickel, and a nickel is worth 5 cents, okay? And then we have this one that is actually smaller than the penny. It's called a dime, and a dime is worth 10 cents. And then last, we have the biggest one that has George Washington on it, and it is a quarter, okay? So a quarter is worth 25 cents. So this is worth the most money, and the penny is worth the smallest amount of money, okay? So penny, nickel, dime, and quarter. So if I said, which one is worth 5 cents, which one would you point to? The nickel, all right? If I said, which one is worth 25 cents, what would you point to? The quarter. And then if I said, what is worth only 1 cent? You would say the penny. And last is what's worth 10 cents? That's the dime. All right. Now, I'm going to introduce what we're going to talk about this week. We are going to talk about animals that live in ponds. And one animal in particular we're going to talk about is a frog. All right, and we're going to talk about the life cycle of a frog, okay? So let me introduce that to you. All right, so a frog is born out of an egg, okay? So it hatches in an egg, and these eggs are laid in a pond, okay? And then out of the eggs comes a tadpole. And here's an example of a little tadpole, okay? So a tadpole swims, it has to stay in the water, okay? And it has fins, all right? And then from the tadpole, it turns into what we call a froglet, all right? And a froglet starts, it has the feet, but it still has the tail, okay? And it's got its front legs up here. And then the froglet loses its tail and it turns into a frog. So this is the life cycle of a frog. Egg, tadpole, froglet, and frog. Okay? So this week we're going to read some books about frogs, and it'll also be a good thing for you to look for if you're outside is you look for frogs. Because a lot of times you will see them in your yard, or you might see them in the pond or whatever. If you see them on the road, you might want to pick it up and save it. So let's read a book about frogs. All right, so the name of my book that I have to read today is called Fabulous Frogs. And it's written by Linda Glacier. She is the author. And it's pictures, it's illustrated by Loretta Krupski. Okay, so she is the illustrator that drew the pictures. Outside by the pond, I hear the frogs sing. They call it once in the evenings in spring. Crick, crick, river crick, peep, peep, peep. Thummer-um, garoon, garoon. So those are all the sounds that frogs can make. You've probably heard them before at night. Each kind of frog has its own call to sing. Father frog calls mother frogs who come to the water to listen. The two swim together, and together they form soft living eggs called frog spawn. So right here are the frog eggs like we talked about. Inside the eggs, the soft center grows. Soon they turn into tiny tadpoles. They wiggle in the water and eat and grow and change and change. So we have a picture of the eggs here, the tadpoles, and the froglet. and streams, they kick and glide and swim and hide. On land, they hide where they blend in. Remember what that word is called when animals blend in with their surroundings? Camouflage. Because of lots of hungry animals hunt for them. So that's why they want to blend in so they can't get caught. Look at this animal searching for them. What is that? A raccoon. A frog has long back legs and strong back legs. And when it jumps, and when it leaps, and when it sits stone still. It has two big eyes on top of its head to see all around without moving or making a sound. A hungry frog sits and watches until a fly lands nearby. Zip! Frog shoots out its tongue. Flick! The frog catches the fly and gulps it down quick. Frogs sit very quietly, catching bug after bug, just flicking its quicker than quick, sticky tongue. Frogs are my fabulous bug-catching friends. They are super swimmers. And jumpers, and singers. Each year, they bring their call of spring. Creak, crick, gribber, crick, peep, peep, peep. Thermarum, thermarum, groom, groom. All right, and on the back it has some fabulous facts about frogs, all right? So there's different types, like there's a leopard frog here, a spring peeper, a bullfrog, which is a really big one, and a toad, all right? And so it says most frogs have smooth, damp skin, they have long back legs, can take long leaps, which are jumps, they can be found in water, they usually live near water, and they have narrow bodies, which is kind of skinny, all right? All right, PreK, I hope you have a great Monday, and I will see you